Hey, I'm Rob for JTRPodcast.com at Essen Spiel 2018 in a very private room for White Wizard Games speaker to Rob Dougherty. He's going to go through all the new stuff, so I'm just going to pass it over to him and let him do all the talking.
We got a whole bunch of awesome new stuff that's just coming out now. We have Star Realms Frontiers, which we're super excited about. This is a new set for Star Realms. It can be played on its own or combined with older Star Realms sets. This set has an all-new 80-card trade deck. So every card in the trade deck from this one is a new ship or a new base. And as usual with Star Realms, we've got phenomenal artwork, really cool game mechanics. One of the new game mechanics in this set is the double ally ability. So, for example, with this ship, it's got a standard single ally ability. So if you have another green card in play, in addition to getting this 3 trade or being able to destroy a base, you also get 3 combat. It also has the double ally ability. With that, if you have 2 ships of that or bases of that faction in play in addition to this card, you get to activate the double ally as well. So in that scenario, you'd be able to get the 3 trade, the 3 combat from this, and 3 more combat from the double ally, so a total of 6 combat bonus. So the double ally ability really rewards players for focusing on a single faction. So you can get even stronger effects from cards if you can match multiple of that color. This set great as your first set, also great as an add-on to your Star Realms collection. It has some nice features. So it comes with these new scorecards, which players like a lot more than the scorecards from the original Star Realms set. So here I'd be at 65 if I took 10 points of damage, go down to 55. If I took 2 damage after that, go down to 53. So very easy, simple system. The 10-sided card has 2 sides, and the ones place, if your authority went above 79, which could be tracked with these 2 cards, then you flip this over to the plus 80 side. So if I wanted to represent 82, I would just put it on the plus 80 side and have the 2 like that. So this can track up to like 159 authority. So plenty of tracking just out of 2 cards. So we've got 4 sets of those scorecards included, 4 players worth of the standard starting cards, the Scouts and Vipers, and of course a big pile of Explorers, plenty for a 4-player game, and all that is in the box for $20. And in addition to that, we have these 8 oversized cards. So these guys are giant cards, so much bigger than a standard size card. And these are challenge cards. So we have 8 different ones, and each of them is a different bad guy you can fight against. Some of them, like the Madness and Machine, you're fighting against a particular faction. In this one, all the players are fighting against the Machine Cult. And some of them are particular enemies, like the Pirates of the Dark Star, or a monster like the Nemesis Beast or the Dimensional Horror. And each of these cards can be played solo, so you can play the game by yourself against a challenge, or it can be played cooperatively, so you can have teams of up to 4 players playing against these challenges. And each of the challenges works very differently, so there's a lot of fun new play experiences you can discover. So you get an absolute ton of gameplay out of the Frontier set, and it retails for $20. So huge amount of gameplay for a pretty low price. We also, for Star Realms, have 6 new command packs. These will be in stores mid-November, and these packs allow you to play as a legendary commander in the world of Star Realms. So, for example, the Red-Green Unity pack contains Biolord Walsh. So when you're playing this pack, you're playing as Biolord Walsh. He has a 6-card starting hand, and 70 starting authority. And it also comes with custom scorecards, and each legendary commander also has 2 gambit cards that start in play. So here we have the Unity Warcraft, and this one gives all your bases +1 defense and all your opponent's bases -1 defense, and that's for the entire game. So when you're playing as Battlelord Walsh, you just have more powerful bases than your opponent does. And then each commander also has a gambit that can be sacrificed for effect. So this one is Walsh's Stratagem. It gives you 2 trade. It also counts as having a red and green card in play when you sacrifice it. So it'll help you trigger those ally or double ally abilities. And then when you do that, you put the next base you acquire this turn directly into play. And of course that base would gain advantage from the Unity Warcraft. So each commander has a different pair of gambits that they use, and then each commander has a custom starting deck. Now, it starts out looking very familiar. We got Viper, we got 4 Scouts here, but then all the other cards in the 12-card starting deck are new. So we've got the Ranger here. You've got cards that don't have a faction but have allies for the commander's preferred factions, in this case Machine Cult and Blob. And then you have some Machine Cult and Blob cards right in your starting deck. So from the very beginning of the game, you have cards of that faction already in your deck. Now, you're allowed to buy cards of any faction, so playing Battlelord Walsh, you can totally buy Trade Federation cards or Star Empire cards, but you win the Blob and Machine Cult cards you pick up will have an easier time triggering ally abilities, etc. And each of these packs also comes with an 8-cost ship. Now this doesn't start in the starting deck of the Legendary Commander. This gets, when you're playing with the Legendary Commander, this gets shuffled into the trade deck. When it comes up, any player could buy it. Now you would love to buy it because it's in your factions and it's a super powerful card, but your opponents might buy it as well. But that's an extra card that you add to the trade deck when you're playing with the Legendary Commander. So very cool set of items there. And finally for Star Realms, we have the Universal Storage Box. This great big beast here, and basically our Star Realms fans on our last Kickstarter were clamoring for a big box to hold everything because we've come up with a lot of sets over the years. And one of the great things about Star Realms is the base sets are nice and small. You can throw them in your pocket and have a game with you. But a lot of players like to also have a big collection at home. They break out, and so we have the Universal Storage Box, which is a really nice storage box. It comes with, let me see if you can see the inside of it here, but it's got nice big thick walls, and it's very sturdy. Also comes with these plastic dividers. They're nice solid plastic, and they've got there's a divider for every set in the game. There's also dividers for your standard cards, like your store cards, your trade deck, your explorers, your personal deck. So the set of cards that you like to play with, your sort of customized starting set, that you can have ready to go. And then any sets that you're not currently using in there, you can have separated out by their factions, by their sets. So divider for every single set we've done. And in addition, it comes with a cool promo card set with new ships and some cool new token cards for the blobs. And that retails for $30, and it will hold every Star Realms card we've ever printed in sleeves. That'll take up about half the box. If you've got, the rows are long enough for a playmat, so if you want a playmat, you can roll it up and put it in one of the rows, and you'll still have plenty of room for extra sets that we come out with over the years. So that's all the new Star Realms stuff. Tons of exciting stuff out right now for Star Realms. And then for Epic Card Game, we have 6 new packs. These are Pantheon. Each Pantheon pack contains 12 new cards for your collection, for playing sealed and draft. So we've got, and as always with Epic, we've got beautiful artwork and cool game mechanics, and every single card has unique art, unique game mechanics, so every single card in the game is different. You'll get 12 cards in each Pantheon pack to add to your collection, and as always we include a double-sided token, so you'll have more tokens to use, and the Pantheon packs have these cool new deity cards. So there's some of the packs have demigods, some have gods, and some have elder gods. These are optional cards that you can play with. You have a lot more power when you're playing them. You're playing as a specific deity from the world of Epic, from the Pantheon of Epic. If you aren't using the gods, they're useful because they are token cards on the back and for your scrap golem that creates scrap tokens when you activate it. And then and it's got a nice rule sheet that tells you how the new cards work, and then it has deck lists if you're playing that you suggested deck lists for using with the deity cards. So that is the Pantheon set, and that's available in stores right now. And then finally for Hero Realms, we've got a Kickstarter coming up in November, and that's going to have a lot of exciting new stuff. We've got the next campaign chapter that continues the story from where Ruin of Thandar left off. We've got a set called Journeys, which has 4 new packs for your market deck. It's got 2 packs that contain extra champions and actions for your market deck, and it has 2 packs that feature a new card type. So we have quests and relics. The quests are special mission cards that you get at the beginning of the game. So you have a goal that you're trying to achieve. If you achieve that goal during the course of the game, you reveal the quest card, and then you immediately acquire a relic. The relics there's 6 relics that come with each of the quest and relic packs. When you acquire a relic, you shuffle up the relics and draw one, and you acquire that card right away, and all of them will have an immediate impact on the game. Some of them, when you acquire them, they get to go straight into your hand. Others will give you a bonus when they go to your discard pile, or some other effect when you acquire them. You can also play with relics without the quests. They're all 3-cost items, so you could shuffle them into your market deck if you're not playing with the quest cards. So a lot of cool new content for Hero Realms, and we've got some cool extras which we're going to be releasing news about during the Kickstarter itself. So lots of awesome content coming from Hero Realms. Check it out.
Cool. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.